Okay, so apologize for the pause there. So we got the first story out, and that's the story on Amefele. Welcome back. It's also Rufai's Roundup. In case you just joined us, happy Valentine's Day once again. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I'm very new to this YouTube thing, but we got to keep pushing. So the other story is a very sad one about a building collapse in Yaba. A couple of months ago, when the building collapse happened in Ikoyi, I said it was going to happen again. And really, another building collapse has happened again. And after this building collapse in Yaba, I asked which building is next because more buildings will collapse in Lagos. Why? Because we violate the laws of building. Sometimes you ask, are the building laws and code being followed in Nigeria? No. Who verifies the intensity and who verifies the veracity and the intensity as regards RICO put into this project? Nobody. Once you can pay bribes and everything, then you can get ahead with your building. And I think the problem with building is akin to the Nigerian problem. Corruption everywhere, laws are not being followed, regulations are not being maintained. And once you have that, you can't have a stable society. And that's why I keep insisting you can't build a country this way. Because you see, the things that make up a country are not the big infrastructures. What makes up a country? When you hear a country, what makes up a country is a sum total of the value and the values people have for themselves. That's what makes up a country. And you see, even more important in nation building is the shared values, the ethos of society. The fact that the society said, okay, we'll have integrity, we'll have love for one another. That's what makes up a country. Is the national value system. And that's why it's difficult for us to have a country because we don't have a shared national value system. And that's what the leadership must impress upon the people to build. Because if you know that you're taking bribe for a building that is not good and it collapses, it will kill people, you wouldn't do the things you do. So the question is, has Nigeria found that collective national value system? Is it our collective national value system based on corruption? And that's what I keep saying. You can't build a country or a society this way. We need to look inwards. And that is just exactly the case of what is happening to a 1-year-old child that was beaten to death by his teacher. We remember the case of Hanifa and how they suspended private schools and everything. Look at this private school now. I hear too it wasn't registered. So we have an epidemic of not properly registered private school. And I know that some government officials know that those schools are running, but probably because they are collecting bribe for them, they cannot call them out. So it is when things happen, because of the weak structures we have, that's when everybody starts to cry foul. We cannot build a country this way. We need to introspect and ask ourselves truly, what do we want for Nigeria? Except we collectively agree, which we have not done, what we want for our country, it will continue to be an all-comers affair. And that's why you see that it's easy for any politician to come, plunder government resource, steal, and go. It's easy for any cabal with interest to come, put in their candidate, steal, and go. A country is supposed to collectively serve the interests of its people. But when it's collectively